Hello everybody, welcome back. The Music Fan is here bringing smiles to the faces and usually music to the masses. But today, and starting with this series, knowledge to the people. That's right, today I'm starting a new series and we're calling it 5-Minute Theory. Now what does that mean? Well, I've been doing a lot of videos on music and albums, and I've been talking a lot about different theory ideals, and I've realized that a lot of people, I don't really know what their strengths or weaknesses are in that field. So instead of keeping going and using the link and getting rid of the lingo that I like to use in order to simplify it, I want to bring you guys some knowledge. I want to teach you the theory that I know, and we're going to do it in chunks and over a lot of videos. So I've reached out to some of you and asked what you would like to learn. I've already had a couple of ideas in mind. So if you do have other things that you would like to learn in little chunks, please let me know. I'd be happy to talk about it. But I'm going to try to limit myself to 5 minutes. So without further ado, we are going to start. So, biggest thing that we're going to be talking about today is what the heck is music? So, that is a very broad term to talk about, but Merriam-Webster tries to put a dictionary definition to it, which is the science or art of ordering tones or sounds in succession, in combination, and in temporal relationships to produce a composition having unity and continuity. Now that's a lot of big words and a big definition to try to take apart, but we are going to do so. So the science or art, pretty self-explanatory there, of ordering tones or sounds. Now, that's a very big thing to throw into there. So they're saying tones, which are usually notes, which could be anything like in Western music where we have our 13 half steps in some sort of order, or it could be something more on the Asian and Indian sides where they use quarter tones, which you have a lot more of, or something in between, the idea of these sounds working the way that they do. Or sounds. It doesn't necessarily have to be notes, it could be electronic sounds, it could be anything that you throw into there. In succession, in combination, or in temporal relationships. So the idea there is the rhythm of these notes. Whether that means that you are having notes in succession, like they're saying, or the combination, which would be how you stack them, say like 2 or 3 notes together, making chords. The rhythm themselves is the timing of these notes, whether you're talking about quarter notes, half notes, whole notes, or rests, where you have lack of sounds, and how that all works together to produce a composition having unity and continuity. Basically what they're saying there is all these notes and all these rhythms being put together in order to create a piece of music, and us dictating what that piece of music is, how long it is, and what its end goal is. Now, going back to the idea of sounds, some people argue that it's not just notes that you use, but also what is enveloped in the music itself. For example, John Cage, a post-tonal a composer, made a song called 433, and the idea of it is just an orchestra on stage doing nothing, doing absolutely nothing, and having people watch them, and the music he argued was the sounds that were created throughout that span of 4 minutes and 33 seconds. Whether it's someone sneezing, someone coughing, someone opening a door, wind passing by. He argued that all those, because he determined the length of the music, he determined that all those were notes and sounds in his piece. That's something that you can argue, and it brings up the idea of if even silence, if you put a time to it, equals music. That's a bigger conversation we can get to at some other time, maybe not in a 5-minute theory, but the idea and the biggest part to take away from this is there are 2 main ideas that help determine music. One is being the notes, which we play, and the other one is being the rhythms that we use. And the third thing is the amount of time that we allow to using the music that we are creating. Now, the cool thing about it is those are the building blocks of every piece of music that has happened throughout the dawn of time, whether you have the more polyrhythmic ideas of African music and the idea of layering drums or layering different different percussion ideas, or you go to more European music, which started with, you know, just one line, and then eventually with the cantus firmus you get ideas of harmony and how notes should be working with each other. Or bridging that together, you get the idea of jazz using the ideas of European music and African ideas together, and all the different things that were created that way: blues, rock, you know, metal, even the use of electronic ideas to make electric pop, electric rock. And that's not even talking about Indian ideas that don't even use the ideas of harmony or harmonic movement. Rather than they just use notated movement and use a lot of different rules and regulations to determine when you're using it. But there's so much to dig into. Just remember, notes, rhythms. We'll be talking about each one of those over the next couple of weeks, starting with rhythms, then going on to notes. And that's 5 minutes, my guys. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you really enjoyed this. I had a fun time doing this first one, and I have at least 10 or 12 more of these planned already. So look forward to a lot of these coming out. If you do enjoy this, give this video a like. If you have any questions, feel free to comment in the comment section about what you want to learn, or if you have a little bit more questions about this particular topic. And just subscribe if you want to see more of these. Ring that bell, because I will be putting out more through January, kind of sporadically whenever I can get these out. Those are basically going to be my main videos for January, other than also the top 50 list where I'm working on right now. And also, I have not forgotten about that last part of the Mumford & Sons discography. Weird story. Basically, yesterday I was trying to put everything together and put it up. And when I was starting to actually get it shared to my files, it just vanished. And now I have to do all that whole entire process over again. So I'm going to do this tonight and then also put it up tomorrow. So it will be up, I do promise. But thank you so much for watching some 5-minute theory. Hope you enjoyed it. And until next time, when we start talking about rhythms, this is the Music Fan signing off.